Hi, it's David here with Future Trading. I'd like to welcome you to the channel. Got loads of information for you. So if you're new to trading, you can absolutely start here. I try to teach you how to read the chart with absolutely nothing on it. All right, just the bars itself. We have a must-watch list, so you're more than welcome to take in all of this information. It's a lot of information that you'll want to take a look at. I'm going to touch on all of this right here, the universal threshold, the universal price action trend. This is how far the bar will pull back. All right, that's important. And then, of course, this is the universal price action trend. I use price and price alone. No structure breaks is needed. And then here's the universal price action method. So a bar and a half. Try to get you in it in real time. Universal chart scale. So from left to right, right within frame, you can know where the market can potentially turn without having to look hindsight all the time. All right. Now, this video will be for the section here. So the DTT suite indicators. I'm going to allow you to take a look at this information. I'm going to just let the video kind of play. So I'm not going to do a lot of narrating. I won't, but I do want to touch on the universal information before doing so. If you're in the market, that's what this video is for. So if you're in the market and you just want some additional confirmation or some tools, I have them available for you. All right. Now, you don't need this information. I'm telling you right now, everything a trader would need is actually here. So you don't need the indicators. You don't. It's just additional information. So it's like having a professional on your chart. All right. Just want to make sure that you have what you need for yourself, and I'm offering it at a discounted rate. There's a lot of vendors out here that's selling you one indicator for 200 bucks. I'm gonna give you loads of them. Absolutely, it's well over 50 indicators I'm gonna give you. If you want to know the reasoning behind why my indicators will work, you'll want to check out this video here, Trading Between Knowledge and Naivety. I want to kind of explain to you why the tools actually work. But again, I got a lot of information for you. Let's go in and just take a look. All right, so these are the tools. I'm not going to talk about each and every last one of them. I'm going to just kind of tell you the function. So on the bars, you'll see two black lines. All right. So this is pretty much the threshold of how far the bar will pull back and then, resume down if it wants to go down. So right here, this is how far potentially the bar will pull up. The very next bar will pull back into this area and then resume down if it wants to go down. Now, clearly, we have an uptrend on the board and we kind of have a downtrend forming. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm sorry, this is a downtrend. So we have 7 bars down. All right. So this is a downtrend contextually inside of an uptrend. So we kind of have both. Now, if the market is going to continue down, it'll pull into this area and pull down. Now, right above the bar and beneath the bar, I have zones. All right. Now, this particular indicator here, the DTT map, it gives you, a threshold as to where the bar can potentially close or not close. I want to go ahead and tell you that. So we probably won't close outside of here. So even though we're coming back up through this area here, we probably will not close outside of this area. Now, should they be able to do that, it's very directional, and it's telling you that there's an absolute chance that it can continue on even the more so. So we're not going to close outside, and this zone right here will adjust. It would absolutely adjust when the next when this bar closes, the next one starts. It takes the information that the market is providing and give you probability of where the bar probably will not close. Now, clearly they're overshooting this because they're going back up. So let's adjust this zone here, and I'm going to go ahead and let you know this is where they're potentially willing to pull into and then resume. All right, so this kind of makes more sense because they're heading back this way. All right, so just want to give you a chance to look at this information. What's flashing? I want to tell you about what's flashing here. What's flashing in the top and the bottom corners is the bar color itself. All right, so this is a single bar plot color. So when this bar when the bar finished, it will absolutely turn the color of what the indicator is flashing in the upper right or the bottom right corner. It's going to turn the color of that. Now, clearly it's not flashing right now. So we're kind of stuck in the middle of just this information right here. Really simple stuff. All right, now below us, and you have text on the chart, some in which is, I know the ones in blue is a single bar plot. I believe that AI, that's in a single bar plot as well. Don't want to go through all of it, but the C3s, the 2s, that information it's going to take a bar or so. It's going to okay, so there's the single bar plot. You got the AI, you got the IC showing up. That's the single bar plot. The bar ended up turning red. I guess it flashed right at the end of the bar, closing it to get flash. So the bar is turning red. So they overshot this zone. Now we have a bar back here with the 2 on it. They haven't yet to pass this bar, so maybe they'll just push into it and then turn back around and go back in that direction. Should they want to fall, I want to outline that for you so you'll know. I told you there's a trend up here too. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and they all have to close lower. 5, 6, and there's 7. So they have a downtrend in place. There is a downtrend up here. So if they wanted to turn around, the center of this particular downtrend, they would want to rotate off of it. I suspect they may want to give another run through the high. I don't know. We'll have to see. But if they want to go down, there is a downtrend up here. It is. Now, they are managing to do it here. I didn't think they would, but they're doing it here. They're pulling into that threshold of that bar. Okay, they pulled up to the threshold of those black lines and they came off of it. However, I told you that this bar has a 2 on it, so maybe, just maybe, they'll just want to pull into here and then take back off and go through the high. All right, so that's that information up there. Again, it's just a couple indicators in here I wanted you to take a look at. The levels that you're seeing is actually a couple things that's doing it. I know everybody likes that fair value gap stuff, so I made a version of it. I did. Now, they kind of went through this one. They did. They kind of went through it. They went right under it. But if you trade the no, let me say this: if you trade the no touch, no close universal approach, you get a bar. You just need the next one in real time while it's moving. While it's moving, that's really important. You just want the mid of that bar to get above the bar's high. Okay, and that's to go up. Okay. Now, if you're trying to go down, and I'm gonna talk to you about that gap stuff in just a moment. If you're trying to go down, you want this bar here while it's moving. Okay, while it's moving, you want the mid of it to fall beneath that low. Now, should it do that? Should it fall beneath the low? Go down. It's really simple. Now, here's the thing about that gap. If you get the no touch, no close scenario to show up, typically, more often than not, you will have the gap. You will have a gap between the bars. There will be a gap in between those bars. So you're able to get in the trade long before the third bar even finished. That's really important. But I did code a version of it because I know people like it. So I code a version of it. But I have you can get into it a lot sooner than this information here. I don't want you to have to wait so long to interact with it, because you don't want to do that. These guys will move down the board, come back and change the agenda of what they were up to in the first place, and I don't want you to deal with that. So far they're still honoring the threshold of this bar. They're still doing it, and they kind of getting stuck between just above this one too. Again, this bar has a 2 above it. So we again have single bar plots. We have a dual bar plot. And this right here is a dual bar plot, the levels. Okay, so these levels are a dual bar plot. This level here is a triple bar plot because that's that gap. Okay, so this gap that's showing up on the bar, I put the level back here because it's actually the no touch that makes it work. So I put the level back here, but that gap, that's a 3 bar plot. So it needs this bar, and this bar in order to form that gap. All right, so got a mixture here of a lot of different plots. That's all. The main thing to focus on, is the map. So the DTT map will try to absolutely tell you where the bar won't close. More often than not, it will not close outside of the zone, and it's dynamic, so it will adjust according to the market's conditions. So you can take a look at that. I'm going to let the video run, and so you can just kind of watch the tools and get an eye on this information. But do realize how the information forms. That's important. I have just some the big trade stuff over here, and then I have my indicators on my 1 second chart. So this is a 1 second chart of all of my indicators. All right, so it breaks down your 1 minute bar. All right, now these rows right here, there's 3 rows here. They're all calculating 3 different things on that 1 minute bar. You have 5 second here, 15 second, 30 second, and then a 45 second, all trying to break down that 1 minute bar. So this is my information here. Again, all of this stuff right here is absolutely different than this information over here. I have my own colors and levels for my 1 second chart. Really important that you know that this stuff here is, again, just a little bit different. Try to get you just a little bit closer to price so you can, interact with it with a little bit of risk. That's important. Now, this is your hourly. I did try to give you something that's a little bit larger to visually look at, so you can kind of just contextually put this information together up here with what's happening here. And again, the hourly has the same, kind of like the same function going on with, I should have put that, the map on it. I should have done that. I'm not going to worry about it at this point. But that threshold, now I'll just do this. Threshold on this hourly bar, I'm going to kind of blow this up for you really quickly here. I don't have a lot of data on it. But that threshold give or take. Let me just do this. Give or take. Let me just take and adjust this just a hair. So that threshold would land right about here. So they're kind of falling into it. Just got to see if they'll come back out of it. That's all. So that's what you're dealing with there. So that dive that they took to form that trend, they fell right into this information, and they're trying to come back off of it. Now down here, this information. Well, let me get this zone down here. You really just don't want them back past this pivot, if you ask me. If you ask me, that's not what you want, but I'll just put this here. Should they want to come back down to the range? Now, the range is free information. I gave the time windows. The blue one here is 6:15 to 7:45. This one here is, I want to say, 12:15 to 1:45, if I'm not mistaken. But I did cover this information here, this range. You can take that free information with you. But I have the tools plotting down here. Now the levels that's down here is the levels that's up here. I'm just giving you a more of a compressed view, so that way you're able to see the information a little broader. There's the ignition reversal that's in here. Now that is the only one that I have in here. I have the same ignition reversal, the IR that's in here. That's on that 1 minute chart as well. So got that in there, but the A that you're seeing in here is the 1 second aggression. So you're seeing the 1 second aggression in here mixed in with the rest of the 1 second information. And again, you'll see that information with the levels that's in here. You'll see those levels down here with the ignition. Now, the ignition in here, I got the blue levels in here that's indicative of the ignition run that's down here. So you'll see blue levels kind of inside of some of this information. There's a blue level over here. They kind of stayed above it just enough until, 8:30, that news, they pushed down through it, and then they kind of meandered just a little bit, and then they took off. A lot of stuff for you to just take a look at. They kind of pulled into this threshold here, and now they're trying to rotate back up. So they didn't want to close beneath this threshold. Again, this is your ignition climax. So wherever you're seeing the IC, that's the ignition climax here. And again, they pull right into that area, and they want to push off of it. But again, I'm gonna let the video run for just, I don't know, maybe 30, 40 minutes. Let you guys take a look at it, and I'll definitely come back, and again, we'll take another look and see what the market has done since then. If they're going to continue up, I'm going to just give you a rough estimation as to what I think that they'll possibly do. I think they'll end up at least here if they want to keep continuing up. Really simple stuff. Let's go with the resistance zone. Let's go here. They'll get to statics. So let's do, I took got the wrong one. Static levels, static levels. So we're going 150. This is also something free that I released on the channel. We're going to go 150 to 250. Let's kind of do something to this nature here. The AR that's in here is the aggression. That's the aggression reversal here. So let's see. Let's go 150. Let's do 250. 250 on the back end, and let's do 150 here. So I suppose that this is where they're headed if they're going to move up. So they'll move right into this area here. All right. So if they're going to continue up, that's where they should be. And I'll be back in a little while. I'll be back in a little while. You're more than welcome again to take in this information, and I'll be back to discuss what had happened. Again, take care. All right, I'm back really quickly here. I'm so used to getting off here and saying take care, but yeah, I'm going to let it run just a few more minutes. I'm going to let it run, but I want to tell you what you'll receive with the suite. All right, so you'll get templates, and you'll get the market analyzer. You'll get and when I say templates, I mean everything that you're pretty much looking at. You'll get this chart. You'll get this chart here. You'll get this 1 second template as well. And let's see, you'll get sound files, and then you get the chart scale that's not viewed by the public. All right, so I got another chart scale that I have not allowed the public to see, and it refines your interaction a lot more. Okay, so I didn't go over that yet, but let me do that. I'm gonna go over that as well. Let me do that. But you get let me put this so. And then, of course, all the education that's on the channel. That's the most significant part of it all. I want to say that. So you get the suite. I want to say that's the most important part of obtaining the tools. All right. So the tools to me. Now, this is just me giving you my honest assessment of the experience. Again, I've already ran a company online. I took it off years ago. Uh, I want to make sure that you understand that the information on the channel is really important. Really important. So if you're new to trading, this is important. Okay, this is important. Not this. Not this. Okay, not this information here. Again, this is just me providing you more information. That's all it is. What's on the channel is priceless. I want to talk to you a little bit. What's on the channel is priceless. I don't want you to bypass what's here. You can get the indicators. They're absolutely there for you to have if you want them, if you're in the market for that. But I want to tell you, if you don't know how to read price, this channel by far is going to superimpose such great information on you. I mean, it's really going to get you what it is that you need to know when it comes to the market. Really important. I'm telling you how far the bar will pull back. That's number one. Because the bar, we know when the bar starts, it's not going to just go straight. It just won't do that. Not often. It won't. I'll just say it that way. Not often. And so it will just really behoove you to go ahead and get the information that's here. Really take this information here. It's really important that you do that. I teach you how to look at a trend without any indicators. That's important. The price action method, again, it's really simple stuff. And then I teach you how to look at your chart from left to right. If you want to go back, because they may not do it this morning, go back in yesterday's video here. Matter of fact, the thumbnail, all of the thumbnails here is of the chart that I actually went over. All right, so go back in yesterday's video. You'll see me divide that chart scale up right there. Okay, and you'll see all of that cyclical turning, right, just based on the chart scale. I'll touch on it here, but it's not the same in my opinion, because you'll have to spend some time watching this stuff, and I don't want to keep you on the video really long. But this is the mid of the chart here. I'll just touch on it real quickly. And then your upper half of your chart is up here. Okay. And then, of course, the lower portion of your chart is here. Now, this is the standard way of being able to go about reading your chart scale. All right. Now, the market, when it moves, it'll adjust the scale. It will. But the goal is to have you focus in on the actual chart, not the activity as far as it can run, because it's not an infinite amount of running that it can do before it reverts. It will revert back to where it came from. And so I try to teach you how to look at your chart, and the chart scale that you'll get actually has a little bit more information on the chart to help you navigate the market. So really important stuff. Really important stuff. I want to say that to you. So if you're in the market, if you're in the market wanting some tools, yes, you'll get the indicators, you'll get the templates, and there's several templates. It's not just the three here. You'll get several. And then you'll get the market analyzer, which has the threshold that we're referencing on the bar. And of course, the prior one, you'll have it in the market analyzer for the daily. So you'll have the threshold here for this bar and the one it's actually on. It'll tell you what that daily information is. So that way you'll know where the rotation can take place. I give you sound files because the indicators, some of them actually come with sound. So I made it so you can have some alerts. And then, of course, that chart scale, really important stuff. But I can honestly tell you, you would want to go with the free information. You'll want to go with it. But I don't want you to go out here and have to buy indicators, spending 200, 300, $400 for one indicator, maybe two at the most. I'll give you over 50 of them. It's over 50 indicators in my indicator list, and I would absolutely let you have them all. You can have them all. All it's fun. That's how it works once you understand how to trade. The channel is to teach you how to trade. That's important. I want to make sure that I say that to you. The channel is to teach you how to trade. Obtain the tools as an assist when you're capable of at least knowing how to get into the trade. That's really important. So we went over the bar pattern here. That's really important. Here's the chart scale. We just need them back above the upper part of this chart scale. If they get back above here, which they're operating above it right now, that'd be good. And it should just continue on. Again, this is not a downtrend. This was, and they wiped it out. Okay, so they're still up. So as long as they can stay above the upper part of the scale, it should continue up. So we want to go with what's universal. And so when you look at the bars, let me do it this way. When you look at the bar, okay, this is how far typically the bar will pull back into the bar before it resumes. I want to talk to you just a little bit about this information. So if we're going up, okay, so if we're in a up, okay, you get a bullish bar. The next bar that's moving should, like that, they shouldn't come really far past that threshold. That shouldn't happen. That's not what you want, okay? Because every bar is a trend. I want to tell you that every bar is a trend, and so you'll want to see it do trend, pull back, and then do trend distance. You want them to do just that. It's really important that they do that. So I want to make sure that you understand how to trade. I'm just availing my tools to the public because I know I know that there's not a lot of and it's not a lot of information online. That's all indicators are. There's not a lot of information online when it comes to tools that can get you the information that you really need to know about price. I'll say it that way. They'll try to get you to counter the market. I don't want you countering the market. I don't know if you've noticed, but pretty much all the information here that's on the channel is to get you to go with them. Try to go with them when they're going that direction. Go with them. I really want you to go with the market when it's headed in that direction. Try not to step in front of it and assume that it can just reverse. And a lot of people like to do that, and that's why it's very difficult to make a living trying to be a counter trend trader. It's very difficult. And so it's important that you know what a trend is. It's really important that you know what that is. You got to know when a pullback is no longer a pullback. So there's information that's there that'll tell you that it's no longer in a pullback as well. It's all in how it behaves. And so I'm trying to avail as much information as I can to the public at a very discounted rate. So $200, follow the plot process. I'm not doing Q&A about the code because the education on the channel is more than enough information that you would need in order to get your trading to work. And so you don't have to understand every nuance behind every signal. That's really not it. The goal is to get you to have just, again, an additional confirmation on your chart via me on your chart. I'm on your chart telling you, hey, this trade, it may work. And that's all it is. Been doing this for many, many years. And so I want to give you some information that can help you get there. That's all. I want to help you get there. You want to get to your goal. I want to help you do that. It's really simple. And I've coded all of this information myself. That's the really important part, is that all of the tools that you're seeing right now, except for the big trade stuff, I didn't do that. That's the MZ people, the MZ pack people did a wonderful job with all of their tools. I don't use a lot of it because I'm simple. All right, I'm simple. I just want a little green, little red flash and something to say buy and sell. That's kind of it. But I put this here so you can kind of just look at it in conjunction with the information that I've coded, so you can get an idea whether or not it's of any use to you. Because if you're someone that's trying to scalp, you may just like the 1 second chart. If you're someone that wants a little bit more flexibility when it comes to your timing, again, I have single bar plots all the way up to 3 bar plots in here. So you get an array of different information. I even threw a moving average in there for you. So if you someone that like to have moving averages, you may see something in here that may be relative when it comes to you and your moving averages. So Really simple stuff, nothing complicated. Want to make sure that I say that to you. Now, if you're someone that just want to hold positions, you want to swing trade. Okay, so maybe you'll buy beneath the range. Okay, you'll buy beneath this range. They can stay above the mid of the range. Again, it's set overnight at 12:15, 145. Set overnight, and again, very, very robust information. I want to tell you that. So we can kind of scroll through this just a little bit to kind of give you an idea of what these ranges actually look like. All right, so these ranges are really important. I want to go ahead and tell you that they're important. I want to tell you, and I released this. This is for free. Okay, so we got the 12:15 to 145, and then we got the 6:15 to 7:45 ranges in here. And so you can use this free information and do fairly well. If you're wanting to swing trade, you can use those ranges. And you can have the tools if you want. You don't want these guys passing these signals. That's really important that I say that they pass the signals. That's bad. That's just all out bad. So I don't have a lot of days on that, but you get the point. So you want them beneath the range, or you want them above it. And so if a swing trader, you may not want to time the market per se. You may don't want to get into it trying to time it. Okay, you may want to just, hey, let me put my stop back here and kind of do just a broader perspective on the market, and use maybe your hourly and just kind of use your range if you want. Then again, if you see the signals kind of piling into an area and they lean into it, maybe at that point, maybe that's all I would do if I was going about it that way. Again, I like the intraday because I like to get in and out of the moves. And again, it's all for fun. That's what the indicators are there for fun, to make trading fun, not stressful, not just sending you through a bunch of changes, just having a hard time with it. That's not the goal. We want to make sure that you're able to, get it to work, to give you what it is that you will want to experience. And you need some tools that's centered around education. And that's, again, one of the reasons why I made this video here. Okay, now again, you can go back and take a look at this information if you would like. Trading between knowledge and naivety. So you'll want to go and take a look at that, because I made the tools based on education. And you don't have a lot of vendors out here that will provide you education with tools. Okay, they want to sell you the tools, but they're not trying to teach you how to be independent without them. Okay, I don't want you to be codependent on the indicators. That's not the goal of the channel. The goal of the channel is to make sure that you can be independent, and just, if you can, utilize some interdependency and work with the tools, work with them. If they're telling you, hey, we're going to go this way, go with them and don't work against them. And so I'm really wanting to make sure that you have a wonderful experience. If you're new to trading, want to make sure you're able to get involved in the markets, and make sure that you can preserve your mental and emotional state while trying to increase your equity curve. That's really important. You got to make sure that you protect yourself mentally and emotionally. A lot of people tend to leave that portion out when trying to ascertain financial difference in their life. I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to leave you off the table while trying to take care of you. Okay, so I just want to make sure I say some of these things, because again, a lot of people don't approach trading with all of this in mind. They just want to make the money. But there's a sacrifice in doing this that you have to be aware of. And most of the time, just most of the time, people are clearly oblivious to it until it becomes apparently like, just overwhelming. So if it's overtaking you, you're trading and it's really getting the best of you, I would honestly suggest to you, you may want to, again, just dive as far as you can into the channel. Take as much of that information in as you possibly can. And once you're able to say, I know the foundational concepts of the universal approach, which is applicable to all cases, that's what the word means. It will work on any chart. Once you get that understood, then maybe you want to pick up the tools. And again, they can work on the free version of NinjaTrader. So if you're trading some other platform, that's fine. You can trade that platform, still pick up the indicator suites, and just run my tools on a chart off to to the side or whatever, so that way you're able to take a look at that information while you're placing your orders. All right, so that's my time with you. Again, I don't want to bore you. I did want to make sure that the video was at least 30 to 40 minutes long, because I want you to get just a good eye on the information. I want you to see it. It's really important that you see what's available and what's in front of you. I want to make sure that I avail that information to you as well. Again, I'm not here to sell you anything. I want to make sure that I direct your focus to what's significant. What's significant is the content on the channel. Really significant. I can't stress that to you enough. Really significant what I'm telling you about price. You'll be able to trade any chart without indicators on it once you understand the universal approach to all markets. All right. So my name is David. Again, thank you so much for taking the time to view the information. And again, if you're new to the channel, I welcome you. I want to go ahead and say that to you. You may not hear much of me beyond this video. I got to get back to what it is that I know to do, but I want to make sure I offer the public something that's again that's sensible and it's simple and it's not complicated. It's not convoluted with a lot of rhetoric that you can't understand. Okay, I want to say that to you. I'm not plastering my face all over the videos. All the videos are in real time. All the thumbnails you're seeing is of the chart that we actually went over. Your learning is important. I want to say that to you. You learning, that's really significant. So you don't need a lot of distractions while you're trying to do it. Okay, you don't need a lot of distractions, and that's not okay. All right. And if you comb through any of the content on the channel, you'll see I'm giving you a lot of information in every video. I want to make sure that you're saturated with content, just information that can absolutely change the way that you look at charts. All right. So that's my time with you. I wish you all the best with your trading. Take care.